then you go back a little while later and you say, well, this one's gone, but I've started getting this now, but nobody else in the family is getting it except this person, but they're getting different symptoms. So, but this was known. It was known before this industry took this frequency. It was known by the governments. It was known by the military. It was known by the industry, but it was worth the money they were going to get, and they have to keep it secret. And there are two very good reasons here. They have to keep it secret. One, and this is published, one, because they are now, it's taken off to extreme measures, and they are now afraid of lawsuits all around the world. And secondly, the industry and the government and the military, they all agreed at a meeting, and I have the details of the meeting, they all agreed at the meeting that if the transmitters were put at a safe distance from the general public, they would need to purchase so much land that their profit margin would be at risk. So they decided to keep it secret so they can put a transmitter the other side of the wall to where a pregnant woman is sleeping or a newborn baby 1 day old is sleeping. They can put a transmitter the other side of the wall, and there is nothing you can do about it. And the reason they're doing that is because it would have cost too much to purchase the land to have the transmitter a safe distance. And that is published.
These frequencies used now in telecommunications, which of these frequencies are also used as weapons?
Most of them. In fact, there are 4 known 5G weapons, and that's been out since the 60s, that frequency. There are 4 known 5G weapon frequencies, and they are all within the 5G band, along with some of the lower frequencies which are used to penetrate buildings. The frequency weapons and the normal communications frequencies, they are just all mixed up. For instance, some of the weapons, which I know, and they are published, they are used to cause cancer, and these were known and published in the 50s, so there's nothing new here. But again, and it is published that it is worth the number of people who are going to be made sick and die, and it is estimated at 2 billion, and that is published. It is worth 2 billion people becoming sick and dying because of the sheer enormous amount of profit that the industry and the governments are going to make, and the use the military will get of this, and the use the secret services will get, because they can eavesdrop on every single conversation, every single thing you are doing in your house. Every government can know about it. And so the fact that billions of people, and in fact I think it's going to be a lot more than 2 billion, billions of people are going to be made very, very sick. That is published, and it is worth it to maintain the profit and the advantages of the communications industry. So, I mean, you are what is knowingly called collateral damage, and it's not the first time. It was done with BSE, mad cow disease, bovine spongiform encephalopathy, asbestos, lead in petrol. They've all been known. Some of the nuclear fallout tests. It's all been known. Smoking is the favorite. Smoking was linked to cancer in 1899. In 1939, all of the proof to stop smoking was available to the government scientists, but they sat on it to protect the industry. I saw the documents. And this is no different. Everybody is sitting on this to protect the industry and their own, whatever it is they're going to get out of it. And the people who become sick and die are collateral damage.
So that's a deplorable tradition that we can discern here. How would you assess the potential danger of the new frequencies in the 5G applications with respect to the frequencies used so far?
The 5Gs are more dangerous, and I will tell you why. And whoever asked that has a brilliant mind, and if you would let that person know, they have a brilliant mind, because the 5G frequencies, they are absorbed by, first of all, if we come to humans, they a large percentage, I think it's about 70%, is absorbed by the skin and just below the skin. And that sends messages to the brain, which then sends further messages to the organs. So in fact, it is quite damaging, and it is known that you can get major organ failure and quite a lot of damage to the brain from 5G penetrating the skin, in particular eye damage. And this is published. Similarly, it is absorbed a lot by trees and plants. And in fact, I was talking to another country just a couple of days ago, and they said that people are cutting down trees, and they're saying it's for motorways. And I say, well, it isn't. They're cutting down trees all around the world where they are putting up 5G, and they will be doing it in your country. They are saying it's for one reason, but they need to cut down the trees to get greater penetration of 5G for the people who want to receive 5G, because trees will stop 5G, particularly if they are wet. They also contain a lot of water, and so there is a worldwide scheme at the moment to cut down whatever trees they can, so for 5G penetration. What worries me is that we are now launching, it is in their tens of thousands now. I think 60 satellites have already gone up. There is another 7,000 to go, followed by another 12,000, then another 20,000 with companies like SpaceX. So the satellites are already up. And what concerns me, and why this is a brilliant question from the person who sent this in, and very well done, if you look at the huge forest and jungle canopies of the trees are designed to capture radiation. That is their job. They capture sunlight. But they will also capture microwaves. So what you are doing by putting up all of these satellites, you are going to destroy the jungles and the forests of the planet. That is without a doubt. Any child, and I hope when I talk on Friday, I can suggest this, that children can do experiments with this. It's a very simple experiment, but you are going to damage all of the forests and all of the jungles underneath the satellite penetration for the simple reason that doses are accumulative.